Happy New Year. I hope all of you folks had a uh, great holiday season. Some of you, I understand, are still celebrating it today or this weekend. I understand there's some folks out there celebrates Christmas right about now. Yeah, I haven't got mine fired up quite yet, Eric. You'll see things look a little different than they did last time you were on this stream. And that's because the sun moved, right? I probably should have done this sooner, but because the sun moved, I don't get the benefit of the lighting that it provides, the natural lighting that it provides, as well in the fall and winter seasons. And so I should have done this move in the fall, but it's resulted in some logistical issues. I'm down to only three cameras now. I almost lost track at the one that I don't ever have to actually do anything with. Um, and with one of those cameras, you'll see I haven't even gotten around to lighting my forge yet. Yeah, it is the same place. I can prove it by just turning my camera and pointing it at my bench. But we're moving things around a bit and taking advantage of, instead of facing this direction, which is what I've typically done, and there's no sunlight from there. All the sunlight comes from that direction and that direction, at least in the morning. In the evenings, we get a little bit from that direction, but not really. So turning it around, the forge stayed where it needs to. You'll see that the quench bucket and vise is still where it was. You can now see my old Trenton anvil behind me. Warming up the shop. Haha, what is that about? I'm sitting in here under a pavilion, so but it's a nice day. I'm actually about to lose a layer. It's 51 degrees out here, or at least that's what my watch is telling me, and I'm sitting here sweating. Yep, it lied. It's 46 degrees. Still warm enough for me to not need the welding jacket. My wife got me all suited up, I don't know, 6 months ago with burn-proof stuff, and one of those things is the welding jacket. Other things are going to change in the shop too. Just straightforward stuff here. I did spend the holiday break. Go ahead and move that a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Because this is the anvil. This is where I'll spend most of my time, or over here, cranking the crank. So we'll deal with that. Anyway, still in the 20s. Yeah, that stinks. At least you're not down in the teens or below. Yeah, I've got a heater. You can see it right there, but I never use it. As a matter of fact, I don't think there's a propane tank in there right now. If there is, it probably shouldn't be there because we need it elsewhere. But yeah, over the break, I got one of my two goals done. I did not get my propane torch that I was hoping to take the time to go and fetch, because after I bought steel for $200 worth of steel, which was dramatically, and from my point of view, a lot less steel than I anticipated, I realized I didn't have the funds to go and then follow up with a propane torch. What I did realize, though, is this hobby, it's not a terribly expensive one when compared with hobbies from friends. For example, a buddy of mine who gave me his coil springs off his Nova. He's sunk thousands and thousands of dollars into his Nova, and I don't know that he'll ever recoup that. Maybe he will. Should he ever decide to sell the thing, or maybe put it on the track and see if he can win some races. But a wood stove, nice. Hey, Trail Dust, Kevin, how's it going? All year, I know, right? But anyway, $200 for what amounts to, what was it? 2, 4, 6 pieces of steel, 6 feet long. All of it mild steel. you know, I've got, I don't remember the sizes now off the top of my head. I think I got 3/4 inch, a 1/2 inch, and 1/4 inch, but I might have gotten something in between 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch instead of the 3/4 inch. Point is, it's not a lot of steel, and it's $200. And I'm, you know, we have a tight budget here because of circumstances. Good circumstances as far as I'm concerned, but they are circumstances. And you know, I joke a lot that I have more money than sense, but I don't. You know, and so I've got to figure a way to turn this fun hobby with you all into something that can at least pay for the steel. So my projects are going to start pivoting soon into things that I can then put up on an Etsy shop or something. I haven't decided how to properly market anything because that's not where my, you know, strengths have lied in the past. I'm great at marketing myself, but marketing, meaning just putting my face in front of people, I'm happy to do that. But marketing ideas or products, that's not something I know how to do much of. So I'll be figuring that out. While I'm figuring that out, the key thing is going to be figuring out what products to make. But before we start worrying about that, we got to tend to the most important thing here for working with steel, and that is heat. So let's go ahead and fire up the forge. It's fun. This weekend, or this last week I should say, at some point, or maybe it was while I was off, I watched Yamez's lighting his forge and how he goes about it, and it was fun to watch because he got me to recognize that what I was working with is what I am working with currently is bituminous. You know, I got some definitions in there, and I also saw that the only difference between him and me as far as lighting our forge is he likes to throw on the accelerant. I'll just use a propane torch as my accelerant, if you will, but I don't need much of that. Instead, let's see if we can get it to start. There we go. All I really need to do is get the paper lit. There we go. Paper's lit. I already got some charcoal stacked above it. And that's it. Set this safely so I don't catch anything on fire. Push this charcoal over it. There we go. I am seeing that I need to make a change. So as I was saying, Kevin, had to move things around. I should have been doing this sooner because come autumn, the sunlight doesn't support me in the position that I had things. So we'll resolve that by pivoting where the sunlight is. And that's what I did this morning after feeding the chickens, is work on all that. Then I realized I can do this.